everybody, Deidre Emme, and today I'm going to show you how to get quick and easy beach waves. I know when I first started curling my hair, I hated it because it felt like it took forever, so I was always looking for a way to get it done faster because I am impatient. So I'm going to show you the tips and tricks that I've learned to make it all a little bit faster and still get nice, full beach wave hair. The first thing you're going to do, grab one of your hair ties. I prefer these Invisibobbles because they don't make extra creases in your hair. And what you're going to do is you're going to section off the top portion of your hair. And so what I like to do is I start right here at the top of my ears and go up to about the crown of my head. So it's like a nice triangle. This is going to help make it look beachy and full, even though you're not going to be curling as much as you normally would. So I just make a little top knot in the top of my head with my Invisibobble. Try not to pull another hair, and then we can go from there. Then what you're gonna do, I use my Numi wand. I love this one because it holds curl. My hair used to not hold curl at all, but this one is like the only wand that I found that will keep the curl in my hair. And I'm just gonna go through this back section that I left, and I'm gonna do just one straight through, alternating. So I'll curl, you know, the first one this way, and then I'll curl the second one this way. So going over the top and then under. Okay, and I'm gonna do all different sections. I'm not gonna make sure they're perfect. I'm not gonna make sure they all look the same because that is the key to beach waves. So I'm just gonna section off big chunks, use my Numi wand, and go around. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna want all of them to be different sections, different tightness. So you see this one I'm pulling really, really tight on the hair while I'm letting it heat through. I don't use a glove. I probably should, I burn myself all the time. But you don't have to, or you can if you want. But if you're not using a glove, just touch the top, and if it's heated through, then you can let it go. So then you just let it go. See the next one, what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna pull the hair as tight, and you can see this section is way different. I'm gonna go the opposite direction, and I'm just gonna pull it around, oops, loosely. And I'm not pulling as tight. See how it's not as tight on the barrel itself? And then I'm just gonna go back and forth, alternating over and under, and then changing the different size of pieces of hair I take, as well as if it's tight or if it's loose. So now you can see I've got all of this bottom layer curled. I spent a lot more energy and attention on these front pieces, and you'll see that I'll do the same at the top because I feel like when you do that, you're making sure that the pieces that frame your face really get a good attention, because that's what people look at the most, is the front. The back, you know, can be a little more messy. It'll still be fine. So I'm just taking out the top. I'm gonna put it over the front, and again, like I said, this Invisibobble doesn't make kinks, so I'm just gonna put this in a bun in the back. Just a low bun to get it out of the way. And so now what I'm gonna do is section off the front parts, and I'm gonna curl the back sections first. Again, like I said, I like to make sure that my front sections get the most attention. So I'm gonna go through the back and just go through and curl everything that's going to be in the back of my head, so it has the volume and the curl, but I'm gonna make sure my front pieces get the last bit of attention from me in the curling phase, because I do think that that makes a big difference in how your beach curls look overall. So I'm just going through, same thing, switching directions. You can see I went towards the back, now I'm going towards the front, and still changing the tightness around the wand. You don't have to like make a conscious effort when you're doing the tightness. It's just like put it around. If you want to pull it tighter, if you don't want to, that's fine. That's how you get the nice beachy look, because all of the curls will have a little bit of a different texture to them. And that's why the different section sizes are important also. I feel like I make weird faces when I curl my hair. So now all my chunks for the back are curled, and now I'm gonna focus on these two front sections. And I'm actually gonna pull all these back here and tuck them into this bun. Again, the beauty of the Invisibobble, no kinks, and you can adjust as needed. So now I'm just gonna go through, and most of these front sections I will curl the same direction going back, because I feel like it frames my face a little bit better. Instead of pulling the hair towards my face, it pulls it to the back and really gives my, like, frames my face rather than putting hair into my face, if that makes sense. So I'll do a back, and I'll usually do a couple back to every one front. So you'll see I just did a back. I'm doing it back again. But then just to make sure that I still have that alternating texture, I'm gonna go underneath and I'll do one front. And then I'll probably do the other two facing back. This just adds in the texture. Oops, I just burnt myself. I always do that. This is why you should wear a glove. I always add in the one just for the texture, but I like to make sure, especially these ones where my bangs are front. And what I like to do to get the nice sweeping bang is I go in first and I bend the hair where my bang would be, and then I curl. See how that puts a bend there? And then I'll be able to put it in the right place when I go to style it. Okay, so now I have all my curls done, done, done. What I'm gonna do now to add a tiny bit more texture is I'm going to use Not Your Mother's Beach Babe Texturizing Sea Salt Spray. And what I like to do with this is I just go through my hair and spritz it in. This just adds one more texture to your hair to get it the way you want, okay? And while that's drying, I'm gonna go in and I'm going to rat or tease the top part of my hair to really get that good volume at the top. So what I do is I do about 4 or 5 sections, and I just pull off the top section where I part, and I use a tortoise comb, and I just go in and I tease. And I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna go 4 or 5 sections all the way back to the crown of my head, just to make sure I've got good volume up here. So that was 3, and I'm gonna get 1 more, just right where my hair goes to the back. Can you see that? That just adds the volume to the top of my head. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna brush it all out. Now you use your fingers and you just comb through to blend it all together. Going back in with my tortoise comb, I'm gonna make sure my hair is parted where I want it. Brush out that volume I just put in so that it lays the right way. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna put a little volume in my bangs. My hair is pretty thin and fine. So what happens is my hair does crazy things. It doesn't stay voluminous. It doesn't really hold things unless I make sure that I make an effort to go put it in. So I probably tease my hair a little bit more than the regular human, but I've got to. Go to the back, make sure that's all smooth back there. Okay, and then the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my Kendra Volume Spray. I really like this one because it is a good voluminous stronghold, and I'm just gonna spray to make sure it stays in. The last thing I would recommend doing, and I'm not gonna do it right now, is if you want to make sure you have good volume, is flip your head. See, hair in my face. So much volume now. Flip your head over and then hairspray upside down because that will add a little bit more volume. But then you just need to go through with your comb and even out the texture, even out the top, smooth it out. Make sure it looks nice, just sitting the way you want it to. My left side of my hair is always like has a mind of its own, so I feel like I'm fixing it up until the second I walk out the door. It like grows and whatnot. I always spend a little extra time over there. There you have it. You've got some nice, beachy, voluminous curls with not very much time. And like I said, I'm super impatient, so if I can do it, you can absolutely do it. It only takes 2 layers. You just cruise through and then you've got your hair done. And a lot of times with these curls, and again with this wand, my curls will stay in for like a couple days, and sometimes all I have to do is go touch up a couple pieces. But now I don't have to redo my hair every day. I can just throw in some dry shampoo and it's good to go for another day. I don't have to wash my hair as often, which is always a win in my book. So there you have it. These are some nice beachy waves for you. So now you can go out and you can have your curly hair for your day at work, your night out with your friends, whatever it may be, and you are all set. So thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, make sure to comment below, subscribe, and I will catch y'all later. See ya.